Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be sharing my experience of painting my favorite boots with this beautiful giant swallowtail butterfly. This painting experience was so much fun. It was more fun than it was challenging, and I wish that I could communicate exactly my experience, but this is going to be my best attempt at communicating with words and visuals, and hopefully I can share some tips that may help you in your own painting experience and adventure, discovering what it is to paint the impossible, which is like these boots all askew and this butterfly, which actually passed away a few years ago on my husband's and I's porch. I love animals and I love nature and I love butterflies. And so that leads me to my first point, which would be make sure that when you paint, that you paint something that inspires you. You will be surprised. The experience of painting what you care about will magically open doors for you that you never thought possible in the fun realm. I also wanted to make a note that the brush that I chose for this painting is the Old Will Smooth brush, which I do have available for free in my Mrs. Me Old Will brush pack, which I have in my Instagram profile in my bio at mrs.mepaints, and I've linked it in my videos, so you can find the link listed there. So as I continue on, I was intimidated by the perspective of these boots because they are askew. And also the laces I thought were really intimidating and wanted to make sure that I conveyed the way that they're falling and sort of the weight of them and the boot themselves. And obviously the butterfly, because even though this butterfly has passed away, it has stature and substance to it. And so I spent some time making the adjustments that I found necessary on the perspective of the boots, as well as made use of the mess that I created initially. And that's going to be my second point or tip. Make use of the mess that you create on the canvas and allow that to be sort of your own expression enhanced. Just like I write my name, I am writing these boots in my own style. That's also really fun to notice about your experience in painting. You get the opportunity to put your own spin on it and your own flavor and your own perspective of what the boots are saying, and or whatever it is that you're studying is communicating to you. Which leads me into my third tip, which is going to be break it down into smaller chunks. As I said earlier, the laces seemed like they would be really challenging to paint, and truthfully, they were. But breaking them down into chunks was more manageable for me. And so instead of just putting a lace and using one giant stroke for each lace, and then possibly I was imagining myself just like ending up with a pile of spaghetti at the end, I tried a portion of the lace near the tongue, then through the hole. Right after that, about an inch, another portion. And so I did it in smaller chunks, which I found to be much more manageable. And I think that they do carry weight with them, which is what I was going for as well. I didn't want them to just be so awkwardly placed that they didn't really fit in And then the butterfly I actually found to be far less difficult than I had thought. I do have a little experience painting butterflies and bugs, and so that probably did help me, but I just wanted to communicate as much as I did, and I didn't feel the need to really do too much more. And so the butterfly and how much I love and can appreciate them, I kept it simple as I could and really just enjoyed painting it. Like I said, it passed away a few years ago, and we actually have it stored here in my jewelry chest alongside many feathers and wings from other fellows past. Every piece of art has some kind of message in it or story. And so when you cherish that, you are paying a tribute to your painting experience or your experience of creating something. Then I guess that would lead me into my final tip, which is trusting your experience. And when you show up with the attitude that you can and that you will because you are, there's really no room for self-doubt. And so any of those little peckers of doubtful thoughts that arise in you that tell you you can't and here's why, because you're not capable, and all of the negative thinking is really something that you have the opportunity to let go of and not to entertain in yourself. So then what that leaves you with is the fun of the challenge and the focus on the experience that you actually can and do have, which is that you're here by some miracle of existence. You're here and you have this beautiful opportunity to communicate something in a beautiful way. And so I just want to encourage anyone who would like to remain true to themselves and stop listening to the lie about themselves, which is very limiting and very unnecessary when you could just be having a good time and resting and relaxing in peace. There's so much fun waiting for you to experience in your own life. Remember to stay true to yourself. Until next time.